Hello. Hey everybody, happy Thursday. What day is this? You're very welcome to this preview of the upcoming Just Flight F28 Professional. Based on the Fokker F28 Fellowship, Just Flight literally sent this to me moments ago and I said, it's time to check it out. Now, a couple of things off the bat before we start, right? Because, you know, when it comes to like showing off some pre-release aircraft, it's not the final product. Just Flight are still working on the finishing touches of this aircraft. And the good news is they're aiming to release this in the middle of next week. Right? That's what they're aiming for. So, where do we start? Right? There's a load of buttons, right? But we'll check it out. We'll have a look. We're going to check out the exterior, what the modeling is like, how the whole thing is kind of put together. We'll jump inside, check out the systems, start it up, check out the sounds, and take it on a very short flight, just to give you a taste of what you guys can expect, as I said, next week when Just Flight are due to release the aircraft, right? So for anyone who was down at Flight Sim Expo, you may have seen this up close and personal. Just Flight had their booth at Flight Sim Expo, and they were showing this thing off, and I gave it a bit of a spin, you know, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So hope you're all keeping very well. This is like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's be 7 days straight. No, hang on, 6 days straight. I can count 6 days straight, right? We're getting in. So, yes, well, you're very welcome. So a couple of things. I have the key features, or, you know, what this aircraft is all about. A bit of history about the airplane as well. They flew a lot, right? They were in Europe, they were in Australia, they were in the UK, they were all over the shop, really. Canada, I think, was one of the last operators of this aircraft, right? Did the book tell you 6 days in a row? I don't know. I fixed me lights. I got new switches. That's a step in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, some of the... You spoke too soon. Something turned off. That's a great start. Anyway, some of the key features of this aircraft when it does release. A fully functional cockpit with effectively every control switch functional and performing their intended purpose. Ooh. All systems are accurately simulated based on a real-world F28 manual, and inputs also from F28 engineers. Right? There's all stuff happening here. Completely independent autopilot and flight director systems that allow the flight director to display different information to that being flown by the autopilot. That's something new for the sim. High quality modelling to the interior and exterior models with an emphasis applied to the wear and tear to make the aircraft feel like it is a well-used aircraft, right? An option to include modern avionics such as a TCAS VSI and also the working title GNS 530, including compatibility for Microsoft Flight Sim's main menu flight plan support. Ooh, this sounds kind of cool. Electronic flight bag has been included with various functionality. It has the aircraft page, the sim brief support is there, including your official flight plan. Navigraph support is in there, and there's other EFB features such as the map page, notes, checklists, top of descent calculator, and a general settings page. There's also going to be a separate PDF manual included when this aircraft comes out. Gibbo, it's great to have you back, and yes, we'll tell you all about the knobs here now in a few minutes. Right. Poor little Gibbo has jet lag, I'd say. But I'll jump into the chat now, lads. Thank you all so very much indeed for joining me here this Thursday. We don't belong on a Thursday. But anyway, highly detailed passenger cabin, which includes, wait near this, accurately modelled cabin for each of the 4 F28 variants, including the differences in the number of seats and the emergency exit configuration. So this ships with the F28 1000, 2000, 3000 and 4000 variant of the aircraft. So there's 4 variants that you can fly, right? Deadly. Door controls for the passenger door and service door. Fully functional forward galley controls, including the chimes, temperature control, and the music reproducer. Yes, you can import your own custom music. What? You can have your own music play in the... Right? Brilliant, lads. Brilliant, right? Integral stair lighting in the passenger door, which is a personal favourite of the developers of Just Flight. It's pretty cool, right? Accurately modelled exterior with differences included between the different variants. Yeah, we said that, Murph. Optional fitted high-frequency antennas and hush kits. By default, these are configured accurately on a per-livery basis. Fair enough. 4K and, wait till you hear this, 8K cockpit textures to cater for all PC specifications. Extensive manuals with over 250 pages of systems operations, a tutorial flight, expanded checklists and more. And it also includes an immersive sound set using sounds recorded from the real aircraft. If any of you guys have been watching Just Flight's development videos on YouTube, well, they'll show you how they capture all their sounds and the detail and the lengths they go to get these accurate sounds. So we're going to have a listen to them here now today, right? Now, any questions that you might have, be sure to ask. I don't know the price, but I think some people were able to pre-purchase it. And the question, will this be coming out into the in-game marketplace and on Xbox? The short answer is yes, the F28 Professional will be coming to the in-game marketplace and Xbox post-release. After this releases next week, then they're going to be working on getting it into the marketplace. Just Flight don't know a date or time frame just yet, but it'll definitely on their roadmap to get this thing open for Xbox, which is exciting news, lads, isn't it? So, well, I suppose we'll start off at the very beginning. That's, right, the best place to start. So let's check out the old exterior. Will we? We shall. Right, let's check out the machine here, shall we? And as we get a little bit closer, well, you're going to see what they were talking about. The kind of wear and tear faded textures. I mean, that's right. And we'll get up close and personal to it here so you can see. Now, just remember, lads, the aircraft isn't at its full release stage. It's not a release candidate. It's close, but they do have a little bit of polish left before they make this thing available to the masses to buy it, right? So just keep that in mind. Do you know what I mean? So, a bit of sounds here as well. We'll just go for a bit of a ramble around the aircraft and check it out. What do you think, lads? Has anyone ever flown in a Fokker F28 over the years? Because there was a lot of these in use, right? A lot of them. Just look at the detail here with the lights, look. Oh, yes. That's very, very pretty. I'll turn off the old bokeh there. Look at the textures. I mean, you can see it, right? We love an old dirty board. Do you know what I mean? Looks fantastic. First officer, captain, static ports. Primer only. Do not repaint this area within the red line. Do not plug or deform the ports. Area within the red line must be clean and smooth. These are now. No messing, lads. No messing. Hey, Hans Gruber's here. Good to see you. Gadgets in the house. Yeah, the front does look like a small puppy. Patch. We can call him Patch, right? He looks like a patch. Right, so we move down here towards the landing gear. Front landing gear looking all nice. Lovely textures there on the tyres. The gear assembly going into the wheel well. Everything here looks pretty nice, doesn't it? It looks great. Tom, many thanks for the follow. You're very welcome aboard. We can see the tyre grooves and all that jazz are there. So we'll move down here, look. What do we reckon? Looking at the main strut here. So we have chocks. They're all from the EFB. You're going to find a lot of similarities here with the with the Avro, not the Avro. What was it called? The BAE 146. Right. There's going to be a lot of kind of similarities. The aircraft are pretty much in the same kind of era. You know what I mean? Looks very, very nice. So as I said, if you do see anything kind of weird or wonderful, well, don't worry. She's not fully released yet. Let's have a look at that leading edge there. Looks pretty, doesn't it? It's like some kind of antenna. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the F70 or 100, says Tavers. Yeah. I like the dirt. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking, isn't it? It just gives you that kind of a oof, right? We'll have a look here at the Rolls-Royce engines, look. And what's interesting about these, right? Do you see the blades at the front? Well, they're not actually blades per se, right? It's not a turbo fan. She's a turbojet. So these blades are actually designed to direct the air into the engine, and then the fans behind it, I think, move. So don't be worried if you don't see spinach of the outer fins. They're not designed to move. That's just the way they are. But highly detailed, isn't it? Highly detailed. And well, just to report back on performance, like I'm on the ground here over in Adelaide, and so far it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, the spoilers for this thing, again, very similar to the 146. But these big, massive yokes here, you can kind of see where the hinges are on either side. So that's where your spoilers are located. Right? Pretty cool. And again, we'll move up to the left side here now, toward the back of the engine. And again, it's just looking at kind of how they manage the reflections and, you know what I'm saying? It looks lovely. Speed brakes, spoilers, yeah, speed brakes. That's more accurate. Yes, let's go with that. And then, we have our lighting here at the side. And then looking back in toward the leading edge. So we'll ramble inside. We'll have an outlook to see what the crack is, will we? Now we'll get my camera set up here because we don't want to be going kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Hello there.
I have a little fire extinguisher here as well. Hello there, Angus, you're welcome in. So there's a little fire extinguisher. Right, so we'll ramble up the stairs. And you can see that all the information here, look, it's all very, kind of very sharp, high resolution textures used. Door opening and emergency and all this sort of jazz. Right, it's good. Right, ramble in, yeah. Now you notice that when I read out, it says that you have the flight attendant controls, so I'm expecting some buttons in here to work, which is going to be great fun, right? Great fun. So if we look into the cabin first, let's start off with the cabin. It looks nice, right? It looks nice, it looks grand, it looks comfy. 3 seats and then 2 seats. That's an interesting kind of a setup, isn't it? Interesting to see the door handle on the door. Yeah, yeah. So, well, they've fully modelled the cabin, which is always nice to see. No fancy TV screens on this machine. And then looking out toward the wing, and we look at that for a view, and that's beautiful. Look at the wing. Stunning! Absolutely stunning. Mickey also says, I actually like the dirty look. Yeah, it gives it a bit of character, doesn't it? It gives it a bit of character. There's hardly a jacks. No, there's not. That's okay. The new standard for flight simmers, we want to see the toilet. It's very important, you know. Wasn't the 7.2 a 3 and a 2 as well? No, I don't think so. Didn't the 727 have a 3 and a 3? I think she had a 3 and a 3. This door does open, but we'll just ramble in here to the flight deck just to show you, because, lads, look at how good this looks. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? Like, it's an era past. Do you know what I mean? And again, there's great texture work here. It's very similar. You're going to find yourselves kind of at home here with the 146. As I said, they're from that kind of same era, right? The throttles are interesting because, well, they're a dual throttle setup. Engines 1 and 2 on the left and engines 1 and 2 on the right. So they're connected together, which is interesting. There's also a gust lock that we need to worry about here as well when we go to fly, right? But we're just checking out some of the texture work here. Isn't it beautiful? Stunning, lads. And we can get up close and personal now just to see how it's all kind of put together. You know what I mean? So if you have a look down here, look. Look at the look at the state. Like, that's absolutely 3D. You can really see, I mean, even look in here, look.
Hello there.
Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. Many thanks for all the follow, guys. You're all welcome in. Nice and bright. Yeah, it is. It's a very nice and open cockpit. And we'll have a now look at the overhead here now as well. Plenty of buttons. Plenty of things for me to break, which I'm looking forward to. Because, you know, well, I will. I absolutely will, right? Now, these textures that I'm showing you, these are 4K textures, right? I didn't have the cojones to put the 8K ones in just yet. Mainly because, well, she's not at full release yet, so I didn't want to create any issues. But I just want to show you, these are, as I said, these are 4K textures. The aircraft will ship, I'm in a bad click spot, the aircraft will ship with 8K textures, and you can choose between the two. How awesome is that? Like, if you want to get up close and personal, they're 4K textures, look. So you can actually, if you have the VRAM, you know what I'm saying? If you have VRAM, if you're sporting, you know, any of the 4000 series graphics cards, it'll be laughing. You know what I mean? So you can actually punch this all the way up to 8K, which it's quite amazing. So looking down onto the main engine controls here, we can see where all our pumps are. I suppose this is where we kind of have to start getting ourselves familiar with the aircraft. So we can see we have a number of fuel pumps here in the middle, in between the two throttles, and that includes our cross feeds. We have our rudder and aileron trim there in the middle. We have our, what looks to be external lights on the left, okay, and internal lights on the right. Kind of. Well, they're all external as well. Interesting. We also have some of our radio controls. We have our hydraulic systems. And there's a lot of systems modeling here. Little things like, you know, if you find that the toe brakes aren't working, well, they're coded in such a way that over time with the engine shut down, the aircraft will actually lose hydraulic pressure, meaning that you won't have enough hydraulic power or pressure in the lines to actually use the brakes. So a quick fix for that, turn on the battery, turn on the electrical pumps, and they'll build up the hydraulic pressure. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, that is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Zybot, good to see you. Hello from Tipperary, man. Yes, release is going to be in the middle of next week, Colomatter. The middle of next week. And it's going to be released on PC first. But their plan is to get this onto the marketplace and get it on the Xbox. That's their plan, right? So we will be spending a fair bit of time in the flight deck of this thing, right? So I'm just going to ramble back outside here again, and what we'll do, we'll jump into the cockpit and see can we get this thing up and running and started. Now, it also comes with a number of predefined saved views. Anyone who uses drone cam, or you just like to go flying around, you know, and changing the views, well, they've already created a number of custom camera views as well, which is always handy and great because it just gives you these quick view click spots, if you like. You can access them if you have an Xbox controller, or you can put a keybind in there. By default, if you hit the insert key, that launches you into drone cam. Then press the end key, that gets you into this fancy camera system, and then just click the A key. And you can do that on any aircraft, by the way, lads. You can do that on any aircraft, and it'll show you what the developer has saved in terms of these custom viewpoints. Now, you can't interact with the systems. You can control the aircraft, but you can't interact with the systems when using these views, right? But remember, by default, you press the insert key, that puts you onto drone camera. Press the end key, that puts you into... So this is your drone camera. When you press your drone camera, it'll bring you to this view. If you hit the end key, it brings you into these views. And if you hit the A key, that'll cycle all of these views. If that's something you didn't know, that's what I do, right? Hey, Flax28 is here. You're very welcome in. And there's some beautiful views here, as you can see. Beautiful, right? So what we're going to do, well, we're going to jump inside. Yes, we'll jump inside and we'll have a look, and, well, we'll also have a listen. Now, it does ship with a comprehensive, get a bit of lights, make it brighter, Murphy. It ships with a comprehensive, there we go, checklist. I'll show you here now, right? So what we have, we'll go back to the main page. The Just Flight EFB. We've seen it before. It's very, very versatile and it's very functional. All your flight plan details, your Navigraph details, you do that the normal way. You link your Navigraph account to them. It also shows its own map, which Just Flight 2, so it gives you this moving map to see where you are. The aircraft options then, this is going to be very similar to that of what we've seen with the 146. So we're currently set to cold and dark, chocks are in place, and the forward passenger door, or the PAX door, is open. It also has a jetway configuration. We also have a load manager, and if you want to set your weight and balance, fuel and everything else, do so in this menu. Don't use the Microsoft one, use this one. It's the same with the 146. So you have a number of click spots. You can open up all various doors, including the cargo doors. You can one-click button, go from cold and dark, ready for takeoff, or a turnaround. And then you have your announcements. Seats for takeoff, seats for landing, release the crew, arm the doors, disarm the doors. And then it has the really handy addition down here. Once your weight and balance is in, if you just click where the CG is, it should automatically trim the aircraft for you. It's a nice feature, right? You can do it all manually, but it is a nice feature. While we're in here, we also have some options, right? Now again, subject to change. Something might come in, something might come out, right? So we won't take it for verbatim. But just to give you an idea, it has... you can sync the altimeters, you can show a TCAS system, state saving.
State saving enabled. State saving disabled.
Right, so that's similar. Pilot callouts, cabin announcements, logo lights, flip chart options, cockpit pilots, turn them on or off. The interior cabin, you can turn that off if you're suffering with any sort of performance. The hush kit, need to learn more about that. GPS navigation, right? So this aircraft, well, you'll notice there's no FMS. There's no FMS with this thing, right? However, you can use the modern GPS unit. So if you wanted to load in a bit of a flight plan and put in waypoints and all that SIDS and stars, well, you can, right? Because you're using the GPS mode. However, you have the option to keep this thing back as native as it was. And they've just implemented a little weather radar. Now, caveat with the weather radar, well, they're waiting on a SOBO to kind of fix and integrate, I suppose, a weather radar, right? DC Viper says, hush kits were deployed to bring older airlines into noise abatement compliance. Hey, good to see. Yeah, actually, it makes total sense. Some of the engines from back in the day, like, you know, you were mentioning the 727 earlier on, and even the 737, I think it was the 200. It's the noise of those jet engines. You wouldn't get away with it today, you know. Tritz Ford's good to see you, man. Watched your dear lady bend her frying pan over your head. Yeah, oh yeah, right. The things, lads, the things that goes on here behind the cameras. But anyway, so these are some of the options that we have. We can also say the rudder axis steering, which is handy. We can use our rudder pedals or steer the aircraft based on, you know, twist or whatever. The high frequency antenna and also altitude callouts. Okay, nice. Then moving along, we have some notes. So if you needed to write in or type in some notes, you can use a single pencil, which is handy. So say, for example, you're going to get your taxi instruction. You can say taxi to, you know, Charlie, Alpha, and Bravo, and hold short, you know, 16. So you can kind of do all of this sort of stuff. It's nice. I like the way Just Flight added all this in, right? Anyway, or you can type it in either. Checklists are all here. Oh, be the hokey. Hey, Empire kicking. Good to see you, man. Many thanks for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hope you guys had a fantastic stream, and you're very, very welcome aboard. Yeah, the F28 looks beautiful. So you have all the checklists here in the EFB, which is handy, right? Very, very handy. You also have your top of descent calculator included, and then you have other kind of generic settings for your EFB, local time, 24-hour, your OFP, username, so on and so on and so on. All right. So I'm going to keep it on the aircraft page. When it comes to checklists, it also uses the Asobo checklist system, which for me, because I don't know this airplane, I mean, I've never flown one, right? What? You never? No, I never flew one. But it means then we can at least follow on all of these. So if you want to start at the beginning, before starting the APU, battery voltage check, well, if you click on the little arrow, it'll point you up to where you're looking at. Very, very handy. You'll start learning the aircraft relatively quick, right? So we need to say that the battery voltage, well, it's in the off position. However, when we turn it on to either of the batteries, we're getting about 26 volts per each battery. Okay, so now it's going to say, right, battery check, tick the item. We're going to say battery switch, so we need to turn on the battery. So the main battery switch is over here, look. So we'll turn on the battery. And you're going to hear sounds now, right? Pretty cool. So, go ahead and check that. The APU fire extinguisher warning test. We need to do that, so we'll move down to here. Where is it now? So we're going to hit test. Are we getting any warning lights on the screen for this? Yeah, APU fire right there in the middle. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to sit and tick OK. Now, APU main switch. It says here, check the generator tree. Inoperative light is illuminated, and we have to wait 10 seconds before starting the APU. Well, the reason why we have to wait 10 seconds, we have to allow the door to open, right? So we need to make sure check Gen 3 is turned off. So we'll do that first, right? Where are you pointing me now for this one? Generators. Let's see. So we have electrical power. So there's Gen 1, Gen 2. We have Gen 1 and Gen 2. So we're looking for the generator 3 switch. Where's that? I wonder now, can we get this little view spot back? Okay, so we need to go off and hunt for the generator 3 switch. Go ahead and lift this little handle up. Let's see here now. Forward pumps, aft pumps, forward pumps, fuel pressure. They're all pumps. Flight controls. Okay, it's got to be up here somewhere, isn't it? Emergency lighting. We'll follow the checklist and see where we are. So battery is on. I don't see a Gen 3 switch. Gens 1, Gen 2. Ah, here we go. Look at this. Generator 3, so it's turned off. Perfect, okay. So the APU switch, well, we're going to fire up the APU, right? So here's the APU switch over here. We have main, and then we have on. So we're going to turn on the APU, wait 10 seconds, and then turn it on. I think that's how we work. So we're going to wait 10 seconds. DC Viper says the F28 shipped with Rolls-Royce Spey turbojet engines. Ooh, nice. Yeah, they're turbojets as opposed to turbofans. Know what I mean? So we're going to hope that's 10 seconds and we'll flick the start switch. RPM is now building. We should get audible sound outside. Oh, we do, lads. Have a listen. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Hey, Muse fan is here. Good to see you. Right, okay, continue on with the check. So APU. So it says APU main switch is on. Check. Let's see here now. Gen 3 switch is in the off position. APU air switch should be off. Air conditioning main switches need to come on. So the air switch needs to be off. Turn off the air switch, Murph. There we go. Leave them off for the moment. Air conditioning, they're done as well. Okay, so starting the APU, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Yes, after starting the APU. So gen switch 3 comes on. Gen switch 3 goes to on. Ooh, there's power in. Right. What else do we do? Master radio switches. These guys need to come on. So radio master switches. Let's have a look. Bleed air supply. Now, shouldn't this be in the on position for APU? Maybe not. Battery, external power. Let's go down and have a look. So we're looking for the master radio switches. Right. Hey, John Fez is here. Good to see you. Shuffle Shoes. Welcome in. It's Dutch, so they're probably called turbo turbo windmills. Love it. Love it. Right, okay, so let me see. Master radio switches. So we have an annunciator panel down here. That's handy. Let's have a quick look up here to see what we can see. These look okay to me. Emergency lighting. We'll follow the checklist so we won't jump ahead. Starter master, no. Don't need the engines. What's over here now? Bleed air supply, leave it alone. Windshield heating. Pitot valve and heating. Emergency lightings. Battery. Fasten seatbelts, no smoking. Put them on for the crack. Panel instrument lighting. The lighting on this, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Incredible. Incredible, right? Right, so we look for our little avionics switch. Let's have a look for it here. So, progress annunciator. That's all okay. Moving across. Can we disappear the yoke? We can. So the yoke is now gone for a now hoop. We've more lights down here. Electrical pump, skid controller test. Let's have a look. Here's some. Oh, the lights, lads. The lights are savage. So all our pumps. Let's have a look here now. If you see the button I'm looking for, just shout. It's the radio master switch. Avionics, essentially. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Engine instrument lights, turn those on as well. Caution lights, that's all okay. All our pumps, they're all okay. Lamp test, sweet. Annunciator progress, that's all okay. More lights over here, look. Airliners Live is in the house. Welcome in, lads. How are you? Here you're going to see a fella break a thing. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Let me see. Electronics or elevator. They're all okay. Radio Master. We found it, lads. It was located back here. Look, right there. Do you see it? I'll show you. It's right here in the center panel. Right, they're on. Okay, nice. So, pre-flight. Overhead panel. Electrical power. We need to check this. So, up the yard. So, we're going to have a look. Gens are illuminated. Now, do these need to be... Generator 1 and 2 are on. True 1 and True 2 are on. External power is going to be off, so they're turned on. And it says test all caution lights. We're good. And external power is off. Okay. Emergency light switch. We're going to have to put this into the armed position. And the light has distinguished. Sweet. Constant speed drive. Make sure the guards are closed. Constant speed drive. The constant speed drive, lads. Bit old for me, this kid. Need my FMC to be comfortable. It's like the classic airline flights, though. You know what I mean? Engine panel. So what are we checking for the engines here? Okay, they're all in the off position. Air conditioning panel. Set APU air as desired. We need to test these lights. Yes. Air conditioning panel. Okay, so set APU air as desired. Okay, so turn these down a little bit. Auto, everything's on auto. Airfoil anti-icing panel. Main switches are in the off or reset position, so they're in off or reset position. Yes, they are. Indicator selector switch on the right hand is normal, and all the guards are closed. Guards are closed. Test the lights. All the lights are working. That looks good to me. Engine anti-icing panel. So the engine anti-ice come down to here. Selector switches are in the off. Press ice detection test button and confirm ice detection caution lights. So let me see. We have a test button here. Is it this? Or is it up one? Ah, it's up. Selector switches need to be off, which they are. And then press the ice detection switch. Okay. And then test. Ice detection switch has come on. And caution, the light illuminates for about a minute. So that should turn off after about a minute, right? Hey, Tara, good to see you. I always find that the checklist is a bit sketchy. It can be. And remember, lads, like, if everything isn't 100%, remember they're still doing the final checks on this aircraft before it's released. All right? Right, pitot and vane heating. Interesting. So, pitot and vane heating. Selector switch is off. Caution lights are on. Checked. Windshield heating panel. Move across. Priority switch left hand, selector switch off, or if low outside air temperature is less than 20 degrees, we'll leave them in the off position. Okay, priority is on the left hand side, pilot flying is sitting on the left hand side. Pressurization panel we need to check. Manual control closed and lock wired, dump and ram air guards are closed. Okay, cabin pressure. Guards are closed, manual control and it's locked, and test all the caution lights.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Yeah, we look pretty good. We look pretty good. Devil Dude just gave a tier 1 sub to Airliners Live, look. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, man. Airliners Live, have you ever seen an F28? Surely you have. And if you haven't, well, you might. Right, now it's over to our seatbelts. They're already on. Glare sheet panel. So, nav sets on and set. We'll come down here. Let's have a look. So see the way these are currently in off, so we're going to turn these on, I suppose. Don't need to worry about this too much now because, well, I'm only flying a circuit here just to show it all off, right? So that's okay. Tick that. Fire control guards. Fire control guards. Well, they're up here, so we can check. These are in the off position. Yes. Fuel shut-off valve indicator is open. It shows open and open. Yes. Check. And then the ground proximity warning needs to be checked. So that's over here somewhere.
Glide slope.
That's working.
Glide slope.
And that's working. Jesus. Apart from the sounds, look at the lighting, lads.
Glide slope.
And the reflection up on the glare shield. Look, do you see that? Look at the state of this, look.
Glide slope. Pull.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Glide slope. Pull up. Glide slope. Pull up.
Right. Deadly. Right, we'll go ahead and tick that, and we'll move now onto the left-hand side panel. Okay, so central warning and caution. Right, where's these living? Let's have a look. Let me see. Press the test button and confirm all lights illuminated. Release the test and confirm six red lights remain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. Press and hold. We've only 5. Interesting. Set light switch to bright or dim. Okay. Nose wheel steering needs to be turned to on, so we can have a look down here. Nose wheel steering. Off, on. Close the guard. Alternate brake needs to be set forward. Alternate brake. Alternate brakes. Look at this. We'll put them in the forward position. So they're checked. Nice. Left-hand side instrument panel. Okay, over to our instrument panel. So we're going to say all indicators, cross conditions of the ADI and standby horizon, check your HSI and RMI, and then stack and cross-check your altimeters. So we'll go ahead and put in our correct altimeters. We can see our altitude indicator over here and our altitude set switch. We have all our buttons here. Do a quick test on those buttons. They're working well. Speed altitude command. Test. So we'll put this into... How do we move this across now? So we fast, slow, or test. Ah, look at it here, look. So we can see it moving on our gauges. Sweet. Static pressure selector. Where are you hiding? Check the static pressure selector is set normal and the guard is closed. Static pressure needs to be set to normal and the guard is closed. Alternate source. Must be here, is it? Static pressure. Set to normal and the guard is closed. Okay. Compass up for DG switch has the guard closed. Guard is closed. Electric pump switches, the guards need to be closed. The guards are closed. And the skid control needs to be checked, which we do a test skid control and test skid control. Nice. Okay, Can you show me the outside of the aircraft, says Cheetah? There'd she be there, Cheetah. Now, before we get up and running here, I'll change the time of day to make it look a bit nicer, will I? There we go. Bit of sunshine. So that's what she currently looks like in the flesh, lads. In the flesh, right? And the sounds of the APU running, listen. It's nice and loud, isn't it? They're very, very good. The sounds are excellent. Guys, I'm going to drop my yoke. Right, okay. Now, there's an option there to get Jenny out of the seat. Cockpit pilots. Good luck to you. So is Jenny gone? Ah, there she go. Good luck to you. Right, anyway, continuing on. We were doing some stuff. Skid control has been checked, so that's all okay. Right, central instrument panel. All indicators are going to check. Let's have a quick look. Nothing appears to be broken. Okay. Fuel, hydraulic supply we need to check. Everything's in the up position. Fuel pressure lights need to be turned on. Forward pumps are on. Hydraulic system lights are on. Yes, everything's turned on that I can see. Center pumps aren't. Okay. Fuel filter ice lights or ICED lights. Okay. Mustafa, no, not out till next week. Engine fire warning. Now, where's this devil living? Engine fire warning. TVI test. Let's press this one. Hello? Right? Okay, they're working. TVIs need to be tested. So we can see our vibration amplitude. So your vibration indicators. We can test those and you can see the dials up here moving. Not sure of the cost. Scott, did you get a price on this when you bought it at Expo? Is it like... I can't be 100% sure. It's due to release the middle of next week. Ah, Bush Blamo, a man after my own heart. Phoebe, one boiled egg. Phoebe, hello? Right, anyway, central caution lights can be dimmed. We'll leave them alone. We have them here. Caution lights can be dimmed or left bright. There's so much going on with the lighting, lads, isn't it? Fuel quantity needs to be checked. So we have our fuel quantity over here on the right hand side. And again, control this using your EFB. Don't be using the Asobo stuff. Lift dumpers. Jesus, these need to be checked. What's a lift dumper? There's something I need to learn about, right? Lift dumper. Does anyone know? A lift dumper, is this the speed brake? There's no hydraulic power, so hardly. Arm light is saying, oh no, lift dumper lock. Hang on, there's a bit of stuff here now.
There.
Right, lift dumper. Let's have a now look for this, right? You're all saying it is the speed brake for the lift dumper. Okay, so we should be getting a light. Aha! Right, okay. Lift dumper is the black handle on the throttle. Yeah, so it's this fella here, look. But they're bound together. And note, it's only on one side. That's interesting. Okay, lift dumper lock switch gone. Arm light is extinguished. So with the lift handle down, arm light is extinguished. Lift dumper indicators showing in. And then we have it armed. Okay. TTC switches set for takeoff. Look where these devils are hidden. So we have climb or we have takeoff. So off or takeoff. Go ahead and put them into takeoff. Speed brake has been checked. We've already done that. Flaps we can go ahead and check. So make sure our flaps are in the up position, which they are. I think we're probably going to be using flap 11 or 18, I think, for takeoff. That tends to be the most. Crossfeeds are in the off position if we turn them on just to check. Booster pumps are going to check on these. So the booster pumps forward, pump, aft on both sides are done. And then the center pumps, they're working as well. Transfer pumps, go ahead and check on these. Fuel pressure indicator lights are working here as well. We're looking good. Now while we were here, put on the nav lights, anti-collision light as well. So many lights to play with here. Light switches on or off, so we've just done our lights. Go ahead and turn these on. Oh, look at that, the red light. And then taxi light. Extract. We should get a drop down out of the wing, shouldn't we? Or do you know what? They're probably on the... Oh, there they are there, look. See the way that light we were looking at earlier on? Can you guys see that? Damn, good is here. Good to see it. So that light has moved out, so that's working tickety-boo, right? So we'll go ahead and put that back where it belongs. Retract the device. Communications and avionics, go ahead and check those. So let's have a look here at our comm channels. So we can see our comm frequencies 1 and 2, and we also then have our transponder. That's all okay for the moment. Autopilot, we can go ahead and check on this. So the autopilot of this machine, that's something I'm just going to have to learn, right? The gust lock is down here, though. That's good. Autopilot master switches are here, so we have it over here. Roll and pitch, that's all okay. Hydraulic flight control, check all 8 switches are on and all the 8 lights are illuminated. We 4 and 4, they look good. And then the gust lock, we make sure it's in the up or on position, which it is. And then the alternate landing gear handle, check the alternate landing gear handle is in the up position. Oh look, there's the lift umper locked or normal. Ah, okay. So the alternate landing gear handle. It's in the up position. There's a fair bit to this, isn't there? Jesus. Right hand side indicators, go ahead and check. These were the same. Static pressure set to normal. Door lights, we need to test these. So we should have a test here for the door lights. Let's have a look here now. So disappear the yokage, Murph. And let's see what switches we have here. So annunciator panel, we have the LG override, that's all okay. We have our marker lights, go ahead and test those. Yes. We have up for LG, landing gear alternate normal, lamp test, they're working. Yes. Over here on the right hand side, test on these. And we have 5 lights left. Side panel lighting. The amount of lighting on this thing, it's friggin' nuts, right? Bell silencer is here as well. Lift umper lights, they're indicated. Okay. That's done, and that's done. Right hand side panel. Central warning is done. Cabin ventilation shut off valve needs to be set to normal. Okay, cabin set to normal. Ceiling vent, passenger oxygen. Look at this, it even has your flight number and stuff. Your flight recorder. That's dead, isn't it? New toy indeed. So it's a preview look, lads, at the upcoming release of Just Flight's F28 Professional. It looks deadly. Flight recorder set. So it just says input your numbers into it. So trip and date. So we'll call it our first trip of the day, and today's date being the 6th. That's actually reading the 7th, but we'll go with the 6th. Right, that's all good for me. Right, okay, next thing, pre-departure to test. So APU air switch needs to come on. I knew we had to do something here. So APU air switch on. I can hear the packs. You hear them? The sounds, right? Windshield heating goes to low or off. We'll put it on low. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. Central warning and caution need to be tested. Okay, skid control needs to be tested. Engine fire tested. Fuel consumed indicators need to be set. Fuel hasn't been burnt. AC, weight, TTC switches set to take off. Nav switch is on. Flight recorder set. They're all done. Okay. Hished. Right, so what we need to do, we're going to get the cabin door closed. Can a lot of this be skipped as in preset? Yes, 100%. You can actually click... You can actually press the button and it'll have you configured ready to go. I'm just going through it just to see a little bit of the systems, that's all. Rudder pedal seats and harness adjusted. Electrical power and bleeds are checked. Brake pressure. Why even no brake pressure? Well, that's brake temperature. Where's brake pressure? Hydraulic pressure. Let's have a look. Should be good. Parking brake is on. Parking brake, fuel quantity, pressurization set. Leave that alone. Thrust index set. Set thrust index according to the thrust index tables. Right. Takeoff. Now let's see. Fire drill. That's all okay. So our thrust settings. It's currently set to 168. We'll leave this alone for the moment. Nav aids, let's have a look here. So set your VHF, nav and ADF radios for departure and select required nav mode to perform a VOR, ILS and also DME tests. So that's all located here, look. Sweet. Ship papers, confirm all paperwork is on board. Well, it's pointing me to something, is it? No, okay. Takeoff data, check and bug set. Gust lock needs to be removed, which it is. Windows and doors closed. Let's have a quick look over here. My door is closed. Go ahead and open this. And we rumble into the cabin here, and the main door is closed as well. Now look at this. There's also stuff over here, right? So what have we got? The stewardess phone. Okay. Pilot call. Ah, deadly. Right? Music. You can hear it. Temperature control.
Hello there.
Lights. JS Snap, welcome in. Or J Snap, you're welcome in. The circuit breakers, no. But there's a couple of buttons that do work up here. There's like a test button up here. But I don't see it with the circuit breakers. This is deadly. We have music in the thing. I wonder where they're flying off to. You know what I mean? Shh. Right. Close the door and then we go again. Right, back into our checklist. So what we're saying, windows door, clear for start. Right, grant, cleared for start. Anti-collision lights need to come on, throttle levers idle, fuel valves need to be shut, booster pump switch is on, and starter master switch is on. Okay, anti-collision lights, go ahead and turn these on. Anti-collision lights are down here. They're now on. Throttle levers are in the idle position. HP valves need to be shut, which they are, we can see them there. Booster pumps are all on, which they are. And then the starter master switch needs to go on here as well. And then we have an engine start, right? So I'll just get a little pushback here for the crack. And parking brake off. And shocks off. Okay, don't mind the ginormous tow truck. It's totally fine, lads, right? It looks gorgeous, it really does. It's a 1969 adult song. It looks great. It does look great. So, quick check up here, right? So we're going to be starting the engine here momentarily. And we can check all our electrical systems here as well. So battery and all your through switches. Yes, all pretty good. Starter master switch, starter valve, starter master goes on. Continuous, normal or relight ignition. Okay, we're moving. Okay, so we'll start off number 2 for the crack, will we? So we're going to say start engines. Jesus, look at this. Start engine selector number 2. So we're going to say, right, we want engine number 2, please. No, number 2, Murphy. Straight away. Positive rotation, we're waiting for this. That's me after letting go on the switch, so don't worry, lads. We have positive rotation, which are going to start at around 15%. There's the start. Oh, the sounds. Oh, the sounds are good. Beautiful. Hey, Conti's here. Welcome in, Conti. Good to see you, man. Keen Lafford Rumble's in. Ansett and Adelaide. Very nice. Right. Do you know what I mean? Just for you, Conti. I'd be thinking. You know what I mean? Right. Thanks for the push there, Charlie. Park and brake on. And we continue on what we're doing. So, engine start switch, yes. Fuel valve is on. Engine 2 lighter switch needs to be on. Yes. And... yes. Engine oil pressure has done, yes. Let me see. Target reaches 400. Yes. So we say fuel valve open. Okay, so she's in the start position. And then we go open. Okay. Engine 2 oil pressure, go double check.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
They turned off me lights, look. Okay, now we go to engine 1. Let's see what happens here, sports fans. Engine 1, let's be having you. So we can see rotation here. So it says somewhere between 15 and 20% we can introduce some fuel. There is 15%. There's 20%, and we'll go fuel open. Have a listen. Nice. Hey, Simon 20's here. Good to see you, man. Okay, so everyone's stabilized here. Oil pressure and temperature's coming up. Put these into the open position. Back down to the checklist. Just in case, you know, I try to break stuff. That's all okay. So after starting, gen switch needs to go off and then the APU comes off. This is different now than the 146. Okay. So gen 3 switch off. Air switch off.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Air conditioning switches. Aircon switches. Well, they're in auto. And these lads are on. Auto. On. I think we're looking good. Do not operate if outside air temperature is over 15 degrees. Okay. Hey, Patrick is here. Hey, Wombio is here. Wombie. This is such an adorable little plane. Isn't it beautiful? It's stunning. Right, okay, we're looking good here. Anti-engine ice. We probably don't need it. Stewardess call. Deadly. Cabin crew cease for takeoff. They should be in auto now, shouldn't they? They're on low. That's all okay. Windshield heating lower on. Pitot and vane heat. Pitot heat. Pitot and vane on. Yes. Hydraulic supply. Go ahead and check your hydraulics. Hydraulic pressure is good. Hydraulic pressure is good. We're looking good. Electric pump switches need to be in the off position. Flight controls. Confirm all flight control caution lights have been extinguished. Nothing here. Nothing here. And nothing there. Dare I say it, I believe we're looking good. We'll do a flight controls test. Go ahead and get the yokages back in here. Flaps are going to set. So we're going to say 11. There should be. If we go over here, we're going to set our trims here. Nose up. 18.4. Okay. Flaps have been set. Taxiing flight instructions grand. Trim needs to be set. What's this now? Check both call tank indicators are black. Okay. Flaps in number degrees. Crew briefing. Lining up. APU needs to be off. Lift dumpers need to be armed. So the lift dumpers need to be armed. Okay, that's when we line up. Hydraulic pressure check. Yaw dampening switch needs to be in. Where's the yaw dampener? I saw that here a while ago. Let's have a now look for the yaw dampener. Electrical power. Battery. Yaw dampening switch to in. It'll be down here, I wonder. Dampening in. Does it mean up? Oh no, in. Right, very good. Transponder on or standby, worry about those, and then landing light switches. Right, they're going to come up here as well. Okay, right. Let us now just check out the old the sounds, right? And just to go over, if you just landed in here, if you just rambled in, welcome in. I've been following the in-sim checklist, but it does come with its own checklist here as well that you can follow along. Yeah? And I give you, you can, as far as I know, you can check them all or uncheck them all, and it has them all down here on the EFB as well. All right. So yeah, it looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. So I think we're kind of ready to taxi here. So we're going to be taxiing straight down here and then blasting off, right? So we'll try and get a bit of a turn, but it's all about the sounds at this stage. Now, does someone tell me about the night lighting? We'd like to see it at night time, lads. Just for the crack. Wowzers, look at this. Right, let me see. The white... Jesus, right, hang on a second now. There's tons of lights. DC supply is giving me a problem, look. Starter valve is open. Close that. Stewardess call. Now we need to get some more lights on up here, don't we? So we'll find some more overhead lights. Cockpit voice, windshield wipers. Panel lights are here. So I'm looking for the overhead light. Oh look at them. Beautiful. There's a couple of lights straight away. And we've lights up here too. Look at the red lights. Beautiful. Temp inlet, that's all okay. Now, starter valve, look, continuous. Starter valve is open. Now, it's not like in DC lights here, so is that a case of resetting the gens? Buses are on. TRUs are on. Battery's still on. Okay. Generator APU main off. Gen 3 is already set to off. APU is spooling down. Engines are in continuous mode. DC is off. But we're getting a read on the DC there, look. Generator 1, Generator 3 is off. Generator 2. Yeah, no, we should be good now. Should be good. Right. Other lights I was looking for. External power, no, that's grand. Ice detection switch, that is working. Air conditioning is now powered up. What else we need to do? We have windshield wipers. Compass light, go ahead and turn that one on. And if I turn off my light, and let's see what other kind of switches and gizmos that we have here. It's quite dark in this corner, so I imagine we've more lights, look. Let's have a look. Front light. There we go. Wow, look at the lighting, lads. Isn't that something? Look at the lighting. Hey, Mariner Halley is here. Good to see you. $15p engine set. Thrust meter subscale to 15 plus H. Okay. They're flashing at me now, so we don't know how to fix those just yet. Landing gear, that's all okay. Annunciator, they're all okay. Warning, press to reset. Yes. Need to check on this. Set thrust meter subscale to 15 index plus 10. Where do we do that, lads? That's like some sort of the engine management, isn't it? Flashing back. Yeah, that always works. What's this here now? Landing gear switch. Okay. Landing gear override. Center tank, there's nothing in it. Fuel quantity test. Yeah, they're all working. Our fuel pumps are on. They're all okay. That's set to take off. We want additional lights. We're going to get the taxi light on. Storm light. Wow. Ice inspection light. Strobes. We're on the strobes here as well. Jesus, the amount of lighting options. Isn't that incredible, lads? It's absolutely gorgeous in here. There's loads of lights. Well, look at that for a view. Look at the lighting in this. When was the last time you saw lighting that good? Look at it. And if I ramble up here and just turn off these spill lights. Even these lights here, right? And if I'm right in saying this, when I turn them, there's a switch for these because it'll actually show where the red light starts coming in versus off again. How cool is that? I love the sounds. Do you hear them? How good is that? Compass light. Jeez, the lights are fantastic. Okay. Lift dump, that's all okay. I love the lighting. Jeez, you'd be all night day playing with this. It's over this side we can mess with. The amount of stuff here, lads, it's unbelievably good. So that's the nighttime light. Let's look at the external lights. Wow, look at that beacon light. Look at the state of these. It's a proper beacon, lads, look. That's awesome. Same on the top, look.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I love that. Those beacon lights, don't they make all the difference? Police squad music, isn't it? The Limbix is here. Dude, thank you so very much indeed. 9 months subscribed to the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Cheers. Look at this. Elevator trim, look. Nice. The power of the strobe lights. Now, you wouldn't usually have the strobe lights on over here. Ah, they're stunning. I'm loving the lighting here, lads. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, back into what we were doing, and well, we'll make it daytime. The lighting is superb. Absolutely superb. Right, it was around 3 o'clock in the day when we had this on. Yeah, it looks like a beaut, doesn't it? Okay. Now, this engine malarkey, I don't know what the crack is with this. Now, we can probably bypass all of this and just say, set it for takeoff, look. So if we go back into the airpay, or into the aircraft, because it's ready for takeoff. So if I just do that.
Ready for takeoff selected.
Wow, look at that. See the way it changed all the lights, look. Nice, okay. Right, what to turn off me? Is that light up? Oh, it is! See this light up here now? That's the one I was trying to find, look. So see the way I have it on one switch? And that's the intensity. Where are you now? And then we go to this switch and look at the intensity. Don't mind me for a minute. How cool is that, though? My camera's freaking out here, lads. Right, put them off. Storm light we don't need. All the other lights are looking good. We'll put her back onto daytime. This is just going to be such a riot learning how to fly this thing, isn't it? So many things have changed there. Murphy's left wondering what he forgot to do, right? Is there an engineer station? We'll go around the cockpit. There's not. It's actually quite fairly compact in here, isn't it? Is there even a jump? There is. There's a bit of a jump seat here. Oh, there is a jump seat. Sit down there now, and you know, we're in the jump seat now. That's pretty cool. Right, thank you, jump seat. You did a great job. Fold you up. Right, lads, will we get the old show on the road? Just to see what the crack is going to be. I'll turn on the GNS just so I can actually see what I'm doing, right? Okay. No GPS position. Okay, we probably need to fix that at some stage. How do we fix that? Well, we can't. Okay, don't worry about that for the moment. I've seen that come up before. Right, okay. Taxi lights. Go ahead and bring those on. Landing. Flare. Oh yeah, put them lights on. And landing lights off. Right. Okay, are we ready? Finally, Murph. Right, park and brake off. Let's try the thing with the yoke. The sounds. Bit of Toby eye on here for the crack as well, look. The performance is fantastic. Get rid of the Garmin. Get rid of the Garmin, he said. Jesus. Murphy, get rid of the Garmin. What Garmin? What were you talking about? Sure, there was no Garmin there at all. See? See? Oh, the sounds, lads. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, we'll taxi on out here. Isn't that something? Listen to this. The sounds are amazing. Remember the time I first flew with the Mad Dog and I crashed it on takeoff? Just saying, don't be expecting much from me, right? Do you hear the sounds of the wind hitting off the camera even? That's just ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Right. I'm coming in. The joys of no ATC is totally fine though. Don't worry about it, lads. It's grand, right? Totally fine. Right. All my lights on. Let's see what happens here, right? I didn't see reject a takeoff option. This could be fun. Right, let's see what happens here, shall we? He's ready for the sounds. Please don't crash. I'll do my best now, lads, right? All I can do is promise you I'll promise not to crash. Right, we have to arm that. That's armed. Right, I think we're ready to go. Prepare ourselves for some soundage. Are we ready? Okay, let's do the thing. Power's 40%. Let's blast off.
Power set.
Wow. Chase. Oh my word. Oh my word, lads. What a machine this is. Right, flaps in.
Set climb power.
Isn't this something, lads? Let's check it out. Mind your ears. Have you ever heard sounds as good as that? Right? That's incredible. And like, if you're not wearing headphones, put on a pair of headphones. It is the best way to enjoy this level of sound detail. This is incredibly good. Hang on now, we'll make it all look all kind of nice and sexy. Do you know what I mean? Look at sure. Come here now. More sounds. Yes, please. Right, it's shouting at me, but that's quite okay. Why is it shouting at me? Say nothing, lads. It's totally fine, right? It's grand. Is it power setting? Speed? Ah, it was speed. Alright, okay. It's alright, I fixed the button that made it making noise. Right. Now, I want to, the internal sounds, right? Hang on. There we go. Now, that's the ticket right there. Ah, man alive. Just listen now. Look at that wing flex. Just keep an eye on the wing. It's just incredible, the sounds. It's absolutely stunning, this thing. The sounds are so good. So good. Right, let's see, can we take it in for a bit of a landing, shall we? Can't remember where I took off. I was down there, look. Jeez, the sounds, lads. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. Right, so don't mind this now for the minute. I'm not flying this by any way as you would in real life. But sure, you know what I mean. Right, turn on all our lights here. And let's see, can we actually park this puppy, right? Let's see what happens. So we're miles high, but we're grand, right? Like, in terms of speed, this thing will happily hit 300 knots. Happily. Like, it's a beautiful flight deck, look. Isn't that gorgeous? She's absolutely stunning, look. Like the texturing, these are 4K textures. You'll have the chance to use 8K textures if your PC can handle it. You know what I mean? Right, so the airport's behind us over there somewhere. We'll see, can we land it, right? What do you think, lads? Is this now after suddenly finding its way onto your shopping list? They aim to release this in the middle of next week. Now, there's going to be a ton of YouTube videos. Folks are going to go into a lot more detail. This is literally my reaction to getting hands-on with this thing on my own PC. And I got to say, it looks great. It flies great. But the sounds are just, they're on a different level here, lads. The sounds of this aircraft are on an entirely different level. They are absolutely insane. They're really, really good. What are the rails on both sides of the belly? I'm unsure. They're like an antenna kind of thing, aren't they? Musicfan says, it was already on your shopping list, but this pretty much confirms it. Yeah, like it's just, isn't it? And hand flying this thing, she's actually a little bit maneuverable. I like the wing flex. And again, if you're looking at things and you're not entirely happy with them, it's not fully released yet. Yeah. Oh, they're the high frequency antennas. Let's see, can we turn them off? So right. High frequency antennas. No. So if you have a look at the aircraft here, if I turn on the high frequency antennas, that'll probably put the cables. Yeah, they're the high frequency antennas there. Look. See you can see them, the cables. Yeah. Now, that's a speed warning thingy. And I think it's to do with my power setting. Grand, won't worry about it, lads. Totally fine. Right, so we need to drop a lot of altitude here. And landing into the sunset, as nice and pretty as it is, I can't see a friggin' thing. Right? So we'll just adjust this ever so slightly. Oh, that's the other way, Morph. Yeah, big idiot. There we go. Look at the state of this now. Ah, lads, this is stunning. It's the sounds. I'm blown away. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, I don't know, is it more user friendly or is it more approachable than the 146? Because like the 146 had a lot of stuff going on with it, didn't it? As in, there was a lot of programming, 4 engines to worry about. This thing has 2. You know what I mean? Does the sound change if you install the hush kits? Let's find out. Hush kit. Push kit installed. Let's have a listen. You can actually visually see the hush kit installed, look. You guys see them? Just there at the back of the engines. How cool is that, look? Hang on. So, no hush kit installed, right? Let's have a look at the back of the engines. That's no hush kit. That's the wrong button, Murphy. You big idiot. And then we'll turn on the hush kit. There they are there, look. Not deadly, isn't it? I'm loving this. Right, okay, the plane is giving out to me, but it's fine, right? My airport's over there, so we're going to bring it in now for a landing. It's gorgeous. And it comes with a ton of liveries, and there are 4 variants of this aircraft. The 1000, 2000, 3000 and 4000. Each having a little bit more room inside and a couple of extra seats. I need a note for the Mrs. Murph on why I need this. It will change your life in every conceivable way. Yes. That's our story and we're sticking to it, right? What's my speed like? 190 knots. Should hardly do a gear extension at this speed. I just want to check out the animations. Maybe it might. Oh, it does. Look at that. Yeah, they're very slow to come down, though. We got to get the speed down, look. Oh, no, we don't. The gear coming down is actually frightfully slow in this airplane. It takes ages for the gears to extend, look. Now, coming up the road, they're not bad at all. They fly up. There's the gears down and locked. Gear up. Straight in, look. And then to get the gears down again, it's a slow, slow process. It's pretty cool though, isn't it? It's so cool. I'm loving this. Right, don't mind the power there now. We're going to wait for the gear to get down. And we continue to set a few flaps here as well. So we're just waiting for the gears to transit and then lock. Hand cranking, almost. See how long it took the gear to get down? It takes friggin' ages. There'll be no last minute, oh, I think I better land here. Seems like gravity should lower the gear quicker. Yeah, they're not gravity fed though. Now, for me to get the reversers, do I need to arm this gadget again? Set climb power, so that's all down here. Right, I'll ignore all this for the moment. We're just going to try and take it in for a landing. The landing gear should be that slow. I remember Scott and Martin telling me it takes ages to get the gear down. Right, let's see what we can do here, right? I'll probably butcher this, but sure, listen, you'll be grand, right? You'll be grand. $2,500. Continue. How's our flaps doing? Good. Yeah, I don't know. There's a mad looking island over in the distance. I'm flying in Australia. And to be honest, it looks a bit kind of, you know. Let's not worry about that for the moment, John. Or Fornax. Let's just pretend we can't see it.
Speed.
Uh-oh.
Speed.
Yeah, okay.
Speed.
Shh, it's fine. Right, we fixed the slow speed. This is nice. Right, let's see what we can do. Hey, Canoe Head is here. Good to see you. Look at that for timing. Yeah, I'll probably make a mess of this, lads. But sure, listen. Look at that. Isn't it stunning? The detail, the dirt in the glass, everything. I live a high. Okay, flaps are fully set. Speed looks good. Jesus. Look at the flaps there, look. Isn't that so cool looking? Right, you're very high here, Murph. How smooth is the sim at this? Butter. Except for that giant mountain in the distance. I don't know what's causing that. A little bit high. Ah, hands with the sippage.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Jesus Muse! Right, here we go. The first landing in the Fokker F28. What could possibly go wrong?
100 feet to minimum.
Little marker.
Minimums. Minimums.
What an experience this is.
$50, $40, $30, $20.
Bit of a float.
Speed. Speed.
Get down, you devil. Touchdown. Speed brake deployed. Nose gear down. Okay, but we didn't die, lads. The limbics. Now it says lift dumper is out. Spoilers in. Sounds are amazing, aren't they? Does she have I imagine she has reverse. What if I arm that now, right? No. No reversers. That's interesting, isn't it? The Great Slot, he says that landing earns a follow. Ah, thank you very much. Did you hear the sounds of it? Right? Jesus, look at the detail of the flaps. Aren't they stunning? Let's see if we turn around here. We should be able to turn it. I am so impressed with this thing. Yeah, no buckets and those engines. Yeah. Nerdbark, thank you very much for the bits. Cheers, dude. Lift dumper is ready. Right, don't mind the fact now that I'm facing the wrong way with the runway. That's totally fine, right? Don't worry about that in here for the minute, lads. Just light traffic. Just turn off the other traffic here for the moment. We're bringing it into, like, nighttime mode. Now, all my lights need to be turned on, which they are. Look at the lighting, lads. Isn't it absolutely stunning? They're a little bit bright. We have switches over here. We have a switch over there. Right? And we have... Wow, look at the lighting here. Look at the state of the lighting. Now we've more lighting up here, look. Bring you down a little bit. Look at the lighting. And then if you wanted to listen to the Toga sounds, right? I'll hold the brakes. We'll do an internal then an external one more time, right? Are you ready? Mind your ears.
I don't make 10-4, good buddy. Power set.
Listen very careful, or listen very carefully even. You can hear there's a bit of a roar. Listen very carefully, just before it kind of tops out at full poke, you'll hear it give a bit of a roar, listen. Now listen carefully. I'm getting Vulcan vibes from this thing. Right, external. Ah, look at the cut of the lights and all, look. Hang on. We'll do us. Jesus. We'll do us something here, look. Ah, would you look at the state? Something like that, right? Now have a listen to the sounds, lads. It's all about the sounds. We'll do it again. One more time. That's it then, right? Jesus, did you hear it? Mind your ears now. I cannot remember the last time I heard something sound that good in the sim, right? Does it have flyby sounds? There's a question. Hang on, we'll try it. Right, don't mind me for the minute, lads. We're not following any yell procedure here at all, right? Hang on. Right, Puncher Chewy, up the yard. Toga the BJs is out of it. And I'm just doing this for a flyby. Jez, I hope I don't crash. Timothy, welcome in. The roll sounds.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Let the gear get up. I want to try a flyby. Just bear with me now. Get myself set up here. Bear with me. The roars of it already. Right, are we ready now? Mind your ears now, lads, right? Mind your ears. Let's see that again, right? Jesus! Hang on a second. And there's something else, isn't it? Right, remember what I said now. Mind your ears, right? Give it a second. Give it a second. Get ourselves set up here now, Murphy. No pressure at all now. We ready? Right, here we go. Right, this thing is coming out next week, the middle of next week, right? And I don't know, you're just gonna have too much fun with this thing. You're just gonna have so much fun with this airplane, lads. You really, really are. So this is my initial first look. If you want to know anything, I pretty much covered a lot at the start of the stream. Be sure to watch it back. Thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in. That's all I have for you tonight, because it's a school night. Well, it's a work night. And well, join me tomorrow. We're going to do... Well, I've planned some general aviation flying, so we'll see what the crack is, right?